Why your favorite anime doesn't get a season 2. Okay, from the title of the video, you already know what this is going to be about. But I'll just say it just now if you're still unsure if you're in the right place. So, why your favorite anime doesn't get a second season. In this video, I can almost guarantee I cover all of your favorite questions on the topic. And if I can't, it's because it was probably too specific to your anime in particular. Which means it was a problem with an author or a company problem. A problem involving money is what I'm basically saying. Now, I've known this for many years, but I've gotten this question so many times in the past recent videos that I decided to make a video on this so you kinda can understand what's going on. So I just wanted to clear up some things so you could just judge for yourself if your favorite anime doesn't get a second season. The information comes directly from the mouth of someone who's in the industry, so you know you're in the right place. So if you still have doubts about the video, just keep that in mind. Yes, it was from a couple of years ago, but don't you think for a second that things have changed so much that his words mean nothing? Okay, so yes, there have been more streaming opportunities, and yes, anime has gone from just a small thing in Japan to a worldwide industry. But still, streaming money is still a fraction of the money that's actually going back to make a dent in anime. Oh, but quick side note here. If you would like to read this for yourself, there's a link down below, as well as other links that I have here that could best help you get an idea. So this tweet was made by Sasaki Maruna, breaking down how a second season is decided, because it's not such a natural decision to just have a second season, as you might think. So here's how it breaks down. Manga gets adapted. Anime becomes popular. The manga starts to sell and rise in popularity, but the anime and Blu-rays don't sell at all. That's the main problem that anime companies face. If they spend 200 million yen on anime and it doesn't sell, while the manga that they didn't spend a single yen on sells, then why should they pay for another season? Honestly. Just because you like it, that's not how anything in the industry or anything in life really works. Not because you just straight up like it. I'm sorry to say that and break it down to you like that, but it's fact. And this is a big portion of the comments that are on the topic. Just because they come out with a manga and sells well means absolutely nothing. That manga could sell by the truckloads, be in every bookstore. And don't get me wrong, that's great. That's a fire manga. What I'm saying here is the manga sales increased before and after the anime came out. Those manga sales are independent of the anime. Not one manga sale goes towards the anime company. If the Blu-ray does not sell, then no season 2 happens. So let me explain what happens in the boardrooms. When people are going over their discussions about episodes and planning out whatever's going to happen in the schedule, they don't even bring up the topic of a season 2. The company will only bring it up if it's already doing well in sales. And that's a pretty big deal. That's basically saying halfway through the anime, we have big enough sales to warrant a season 2. And that's why they would be discussing said season 2. That's why when season 2 of Shield Hero, Slime, and some other animes were announced before the airing of a final episode, it's because they have already sold more than enough to prove of them getting a season 2. I'm talking they sold enough volumes of the Blu-rays in between this time. And this is kind of breaking down to this. Anime would have a volume 1 and a volume 2 of the first season. It's kind of like halfway, so they would have the first 12 episodes as a volume, have the next 12 episodes as a volume. They might include OVAs here and there, but it's broken down to 2 ways for you to pay for a volume of said anime. Of the first season, mind you. Now, this one's for the ones that are big subscribers of anime subscription companies such as Crunchyroll, Funimation, and to a lesser degree like Hulu and Netflix. Let's get to your questions. Now, most of you who watch your anime like this are helping the industry, and yes, you're doing more than what was done in the past. But you must understand how those companies are run. They're royalty sites. For example, here is a quote of him saying that you could sell 10 million yens of goods only to have a $10,000 coming back to the company. Like tens of thousands of dollars coming back to the company. Nowadays, that number has increased, but still, that's about, I say now, 100,000 or so, if you're having $100 million yen of goods being sold. And I know, to me and you, that sounds great. Are you kidding me? 100,000 in my pocket? That sounds awesome, right? But for companies that spend hundreds of millions, it's just a little kick in the bucket. So again, buy the Blu-ray, The thing was, streaming was supposed to minimize the losses, but even with that, it's not very much. Now to end, you must be asking, how do I help then? If you're telling me my streaming's only doing a fraction of a cost and how mangas don't get calculated at all when it comes to animes, what do I do to help? Well, I wish companies would make this information more available to the public to clear up some things. Because besides what's been given, the answer is clearly just buy the Blu-ray. And yes, I understand as a consumer, it's not as easy as I make it sound. Like, Shield Hero alone was my favorite anime of the year, but I couldn't buy the Blu-ray at a time where they needed me the most to count for sales for season 2. Like, it was $50 for the first 12 episodes, another $50 for the last 12 episodes. That's $100 from a full-time college student with no job or stable income. Luckily, it had support around the world so it could have a future as an anime. A lot of animes can't say that. In this state of anime, it actually is easier to get a second season, but companies that make them don't have a reason to really make them. And this is to the point where it's just easier to make anime. I'm not gonna get into that topic in this video. I'll leave that for another day. Now, this is gonna be my last point about it, and really, it's a big one. And I know I don't have a lot of people talking about this topic as well because they're probably being A, too young to realize this, or B, just too old to really care at this point. Anime is in a much better place than it was 10 years ago. But for the adults that were growing up around my time, we know this all to be too true. Anime was not big in any capacity in the United States, which is a big reason why Japan doesn't care for our input very much. Also adding, we don't buy Blu-rays like the Japanese do, but that's for another video. Like, now Dragon Ball, One Piece, My Hero, Pokemon, and I guess now I can say Demon Slayer as well, make tens to hundred millions of dollars of revenue off of movie sales alone. Well, that's because they are established and well-known worldwide. But there's a reason why Latin America was a bigger focus on anime rather than America. For a while, for a very long time actually. But that's also for another video. Now, I still know you have questions, and I will try and answer them down in the comment section or in another future video. I will tell you if you want to know the average amount of copies of Blu-rays you need to sell to ensure that your anime gets a second season. I know a lot of you who watch this video will want to see that video, but for my younger audience watching this, please don't get discouraged. I really didn't mean for this to be a just heart-wrenching kind of video, but it needed to be a video that got out there, I felt like. But like I said, if you have really more questions about the subject or want to put your input, DM me in the comment section or DM me in, I guess, I don't know how Instagram works, but anyway, there's multiple ways you can contact me basically. Also, remember to subscribe and leave comments down below, like all of the good stuff. Also, if you're on Facebook, make sure to go and push the follow button and put on the see first content instead of like the default one. I don't know how you really get around this. If you don't do it, you don't see any of my content ever. So yeah, that's gonna do it. BarryAnime out. Peace.